Fred McAfee, you were a rookie once.
I was.
You were a draft pick, and yet your eyes were wide when you first got to New Orleans, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was like New Orleans was even though I grew up in Mississippi, not far from here, a few hours, maybe two and a half hours away from here, New Orleans was like a different place for me, but it was a great experience, being drafted to the Saints, and, the city has been great for me, and it's been great to me and my family the entire time.
When did you know that you belonged, when you knew you belonged in the NFL? How long did it take for that to be the case?
You know what? I really didn't know. I went to a small college. I went to a Division II school, and it wasn't until a scout was actually coming to Mississippi College to scout another guy, and and my head coach said, "Hey, Freddie, it's this guy from the 49ers scouting staff. Just want to talk to you, right?" So I go in, I sit down with him, I see his championship rings and stuff, and then he basically goes on to say, like, "Hey, you have an opportunity to get drafted." And that was the very first. I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, you have a really good chance of getting drafted." And that was the spring before my senior year, and I took those words to heart, and I trained my butt off that entire spring and summer, and I poured everything I could. So that's when I had a little inkling, but it really didn't become a reality until, I got to go to the combine, and and then some of my pro days and stuff like that began to build up.
You were the best special teams player in the history of this franchise. And I know you try to convey to these guys about hard work and about dedication and staying level-headed, but I'm sure you also tell them, hey, this is your ticket. You can make it if you play special teams and you play it well. You more than anybody else can sell that.
Well, I talk to them about special teams, but I always talk to them about being true to themselves, and I continue to work on the things that got them here. A lot of guys, they veer off into other kind of things to try to make their career go, but it's still going to be running, tackling, blocking. Those are some of the building blocks of what football is. So you just stick to those things. Be good at those things that you're good at. If you're a kicker, you better be good at kicking. If you're a punter, be good at punting. If you're a person that's supposed to be block. If you're supposed to run the ball, run the ball. I'm just saying, if you're a receiver, receive the ball. So just do what you're supposed to be doing, pretty much.
Last but not least, how important is it to show these rookies the history of the New Orleans Saints franchise?
You know what? A few years ago, and that's when we started coming down to the Hall of Fame Museum, the NFL kind of, left it up to people in my department. Each team has a person that's similar to me, and we created our own symposium. And we have 31 different, kind of things to help bring these guys along. And what could be the most important thing is showing these guys what they're building upon. Show them what came before them and what's to come after them if they do what they're supposed to do. So I think it's very important to let every guy know the history of our team, our city, our culture of this franchise, and I think this is a very important step toward that.
Fast Freddie, still fast.
Medium speed Freddie now. Medium speed Freddie. So, yeah.
Thank you, Fred.
All right, thank you.